This morning I had a great conversation with a client, and I wanted to share a little bit about that with you today. We were talking about who their ideal client is. And there's so many ways of doing the demographics, geographics. There's a lot of data you need to collect to figure out who your ideal client is. And obviously we wanted to look at, are they male, are they female? What is their age range? Where do they live? All this basic data is important to figure out who your ideal client is. But then we started digging into it deeper, and this is the part of the conversation that I want to share with you. I think the most important question to ask when you're trying to figure out who your ideal client is what keeps them up at night? If you can answer that, and if you can solve that problem, that will set you apart from your competition. So let's talk a little bit about that. When we used to have our printing company, we used to ask that question all the time. What keeps my ideal client up at night? And reality of our business was we dealt with a lot of print buyers, and a lot of them would always buy or tell us they would buy on price. They wanted the cheapest price, and that was not the business we were in. We were not the lowest cost print provider. So when we really ask the question, what keeps them up at night? What keeps a print buyer up at night? So a print buyer typically is somebody in a company who doesn't own the company, unless it's a small business, but if it's a large organization, they're typically in an administrative position. And their mandate is to get the printing at the cheapest price possible often. But that's not what keeps them up at night. What kept them up at night was to make sure that the printing would actually be delivered correctly and on time. So when we solved that part of the puzzle, we converted a lot more sales than just on price alone, because really that's not what keeps them up at night. Their job security keeps them up at night. If that print piece that they were asked by their boss to secure was not delivered on time or was delivered wrong, had a lot more consequences than having an extra $10 or $20 off that print job. So really think about what is important to your client. When you think about that ideal client, really create a picture of them and sit down in a quiet place and ask yourself, what keeps them up at night? And answer that question. That is the key to creating a successful marketing message. Check back often for more marketing tips, and if you want to have a chat in person, connect with me through my website www.macbiz.ca. Scroll to the bottom and there's a 20-minute free strategy session if you want to do that. I look forward to connecting soon with you again.